They're one of Ukraine's most decorated brigades, in a daily battle to hold back Russia on the Eastern Front. For the 1st Tank Brigade, it's the fight of their lives. Under constant attack from air and ground.
Go quickly.
They gave us unprecedented access to their front lines, while they fight to keep Russia out from a town under constant attack. The bombing is relentless. Shallow trenches offer the barest of protection from Russian fire.
Come on, this way. Down. Get in, get down.
We follow closely in their daily life and death struggle to halt their enemy. Outgunned and outmanned, they refuse to give ground. They are the defenders of Donbas. First light on the Eastern Front, and the opening battle of the day for Ukrainian forces heading forward is with the mud. War has left Donbas ploughed and churned. This is their second spring since Russia invaded, their second season of muck and misery, and their second year in their struggle to keep their country free. Ukraine's Eastern Front stretches for nearly 1,000 kilometres, mostly across the Luhansk and Donetsk regions that make up Donbas. Capturing here is now Russia's principal war aim. We met up with Ukraine's 1st Tank Brigade on the Zero Line, just outside Velika Novosilka. Few know how to handle this heavily contested ground better than them. With aged armour, the battle-hardened crew get ready to fuel up and face their foe. It's familiar territory. They've been fighting Russia in one form or another in Donbas for 8 years. But the threat hangs heavier now. Their enemy is close by, and Ukraine's forces are outmanned and outgunned. Still, they show no fear.
Ці машини великі і страшні, але попри те, що й дуже старі. І вони ламаються. От найбільше лякає те, щоб машина не підвела десь там. Бо такі випадки бувають. Машина перестає стріляти, в крайніх випадках перестає їхати. Оце найгірше. Отак, танкісти – це як старший брат піхоти. Піхоту обіжають, танкісти виїжджають. Проблема в тому, що ми не завжди можемо виїхати.
But does Russia have a chance of winning this war?
Абсолютно ніяких. Це неможливо. Хіба вже українців не залишиться? Неможливо.
And this is a well-worn routine for Tank Commander Serhiy. First he faced Russian separatists in Donbas, and now it's the Russian army. Since the invasion, he's only had a week away from his tank and crew. His brigade is one of the most decorated in the Ukrainian army. Today they're out to hit Russian observation posts near their lines. The tanks may be old, but they've barely given the Russians an inch of territory here. It's a fast game of cat and mouse, life or death, and it's left as deep an imprint on the landscape as it has on the men. The shell craters stretch for miles, and Serhiy and his crew are soon in the thick of it. They found their target across the next field, over 500 metres away, and they unleash everything they've got. Watch as Serhiy's rounds hit top right. Seconds later, they lay down a smoke screen. The orders are get in, get out, and take cover before Russian guns can start working on their positions. A response is expected, so it's time to move and to seek cover wherever it can be found. These fierce battles happen daily and have created a wasteland.
Go! Drone, quickly!
It could be a reconnaissance drone or armed. They don't wait to find out.
Go to position. Go quickly. Go quickly.
Open ground is their enemy's friend.
Я ж говорю.
Радіостанції передали, що наш танк вдало відпрацював по ворожим позиціям. Будуть ловити огнем вражеської артилерії. Тому зараз чекаємо, витримуємо час, щоб самим не потрапити під цей артилерійський обстріл. Зараз прилетіла 120-та міна. Прямо десь метрів 20-30 від нас.
Якраз ще один вихід з часу на нектарин.
Радійка доложила, щоб по нам вихід був. Чекаємо. З Божою поміччю перечекаємо і все буде добре.
Від нас на 6 годину прилом.
And the Tank Brigade doesn't just have tanks at its disposal. They're using everything they've got to defend the town of Velika Novosilka. The reminders of lives once lived here are scattered everywhere. But the rubble of the town is now as much of a front line as the trenches. This was the local kindergarten. It's now the temporary base for the brigade's armed drone team. They're a small light unit constantly on the move, climbing and crawling their way through the town's ruin. Always on the lookout for the closest position to the Russians to launch an attack. These off-the-shelf drones are armed with a grenade and sent into flight. Unlike the tanks, they're on the hunt for smaller targets. At the town's edge, a trench comes into their crosshairs. It's a direct hit. Russian vehicles are next. It's deadly effective. But their enemy is using these same tactics. War now occupies every inch of Velika Novosilka. And months of Russian bombardments are tearing apart what's left, piece by piece. Its people have mostly fled. The pets they have left behind, driven wild by Russian shelling. At a secret location, we head to a mobile command post to meet the man charged with holding the town.
Your men have seen some really hard fighting. As a leader, how do you keep your men motivated?
Як можна мотивувати солдата, який так захищає свою жінку, своїх дітей, свою землю? Чим його ще можна мотивувати? Нас, скажімо так, не потрібно мотивувати, тому що нас мотивували росіяни самі. Путін мотивує краще, як хто-небудь.
This is what a year of Russian shelling does to a town. War's burden is crushing, and for most of the people who lived here, it was too much to bear.
Russian shelling has blown the life out of this place. And along 600 miles of the Eastern Front, the Ukrainian army is absorbing Russia's blows. But its enemy isn't just targeting soldiers, it's targeting towns and villages, it's targeting civilians. Now, Velika Novosilka, where we are now, was nothing special, but the people who lived here were very proud of their new school. They sent their kids to the local kindergarten. Russian bombs mean that all of that's gone now.
Emptied of life, the streets still have traces of a thriving town that once existed here. But few dare linger out in the open. As abandoned as it is, Russian bombs still fall here. A mortar lands to the left of our car.
Зруйновано все містечко. Зруйновано все містечко, і тут жило раніше 10 тисяч людей, зараз живе 200 людей, і крім військових. І ви бачите, обстріли постійно, і обстріли просто попадають всюди, куди можуть попадати. І у бомбосховищі чувствують себе в відносній безпеці. Раніше там було 100 людей, зараз там приблизно 40. В них з'явився лідер, бувша вчителька фортепіано, яка вчила дітей. Тепер піклується про літніх людей, які проживають в цій школі.
It's dangerous to spend too much time above ground here, but we risk the school run. Rubble-strewn streets have become bombers' alleys. Much of the town is within range of Russian guns. Another mortar lands, even closer. They're zeroing in. Any movement here captures Russian attention, so speed matters. Out here in the open, a moment's hesitation can prove fatal. So we move fast in search of cover. The school lies broken and forlorn. The last children were removed a few months ago. But the piano teacher clings on. Across empty playgrounds and through silent hallways, her music echoes. Russia has shattered her town. It has dulled and deadened her piano. But it hasn't broken Irina Babkina. The memories of the town that she loved and the children that she taught keep her here, despite the hardship.
Здесь теперь музыки нет, только звуки снарядов. Школа разбита, инструменты испорчены. Ну ничего, мы все восстановим. И опять здесь зазвучит музыка и детский смех.
Irina takes us to one of the town's remaining shelters.
Oh, it's very cold.
The conflict raging above has driven them down here. In the darkness, they've made their home. They can survive, but it's a place of emptiness and sadness. And almost unseen, in a far-off corner, a woman sits alone and bereft.
What was life like here before?
Хорошо, очень хорошо. В нашем районе было все хорошо. Вот сейчас все розвалили, все попалили, мужа вбили.
Can you tell us what happened to your husband?
Що розказувати? Прожили 54 года вместе. 74 года. Работал, все нормально. Ну, вже на пенсії. Вийшов. Снаряд вилетів до сусідки. Він вийшов посмотреть і осколком вбило, поранило і умер. Кров'ю стік за ніч. Я була здесь, він вдома був. Прийшла утром, його нет, лежить вже мертвий. Похоронили та й що можна казати? Не знаю.
We head back out in the fading light. Slowing only for broken bridges, Russian guns are still within range, and barricades and tank traps along the road. And we arrive at war's familiar stricken landscape. Here, Russian eyes are always watching. The torn limbs of trees, a reminder of the reach of Russian artillery and grenade fire. We're heading to Zero Line, the closest trenches to the Russian positions. Brigade Infantryman Dima, he's just 22 years old, is escorting us forward. Mortars, tank fires, grads, they get hit by everything here.
Dima's just told me the village over here is half held by the Ukrainians and half held by the Russians.
We're told to tread carefully. Landmines litter the ground. And they're not the only danger. As we move closer, Russian fire begins to fly overhead. It's time to head for cover. Even the shallowest trenches will do. But the team is split up after the first strike, and some of us are left exposed out in the open.
О! Можемо йти. О!
That shell hits just a few metres away. Dima and my colleague Darren Conway call us towards the trench.
Давай сюда ко мне, бегом.
Come here, Luba, here. Luba, fast, fast, fast. Come on. Let's get to that trench. Quick. Stu, there's a bunker here. Q. This way. Come on, run, run, run. Straight to me.
Давай, давай.
Come on. This way. Down, 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 down. Down. Get in, get down. That's two Russian shells that have just come in. I think it's tank fire. Landing very close to these positions gives you an idea of how exposed it is here. There's absolutely no tree cover. The safest place for these men is in the trenches. They've already taken a couple of casualties here in the last week.
You alright? Yeah, keep down.
А где твои?
There's no time to pause for breath. Dima leads the way to better cover. These few logs offer some protection, but it's already packed tight in here. That was even closer. They grab every inch of shelter they can. And when the next distant boom might end in a direct hit, it's hard not to flinch.
Мы стоим на позиции нулевой. Мы... Опа. Сейчас нас обстреливают минометы. Мы шли пешком, группой, и с дрона увидели, что мы идем, и нас обстреливают минометы. Минометный огонь, я думаю, еще будет 20-30 минут. Мы пересидим, пойдем дальше. Все живы, все здоровы пока что.
What is Dima fighting for, we ask?
Я всегда думаю про свою родину. У меня просто нету еще родины. У меня так есть из родных, самые близкие, это вот мама, допустим. Все, больше никого сейчас пока что нема. Ну, думаю и звоню, стараюсь как можно чаще, но как получается тогда. Я, допустим, 2 раза в день звоню, с утра и вечером. Но дело в том, что я же не все ей рассказываю.
Those phone calls let his mother know that her son has survived another day. But does Dima think Russia could win here?
Это хороший вопрос. Это надо военным каким-то этим задавать. Да, хорошо. Хорошо. Ну, я не знаю, а вы как считаете, сможет она или нет? Ну, не знаю, много-много таких вещей. У них просто не ограничено снарядов, понимаешь? У них там склады целые, там, ну пофигу. Они целый день вот так могут лупить, и они не кончатся в них. А у нас что? У нас, говорят, в 23-м закончится война. Ну, в этом вот. Штурмовые бригады всякие формулируют. Плюс танки передали нам, Абрамсы там и так далее. Думаю, выиграем с помощью них. Ну, так и что. У нас, как говорится, казаки, так что у нас бравые ребята, так что потянем, думаю.
Дарин, ты с Митей вместе. Я пойду с другой группой.
Dima stands lookout, waiting for a sign that the attack is over.
По нам работали. Опа-на, нормально. Пока еще не будем идти.
His adult life has barely started, and already war's toll is written plainly across his face.
And Colonel, what's your message to the men out there, the men that are in the trenches, the men that are in the tanks, your men that are fighting every day? What's your message to them?
Якщо ми зараз це не зробимо, то прийдеться нашим внукам братися за зброю і відстоювати свою свободу, права. Тому, як би нам важко не було, але, хлопці, давайте зробимо це тепер, щоб наші діти не робили це завтра.
And what's your message to the rest of the world?
Ну і послання до всього світу. Свою свободу треба відстоювати. Якою би ціною це не було, але свобода того варта. Свобода говорити, жити так, як ти хочеш. Бути вільною людиною. Воно того варте. За це треба боротися, і ми боремося до останнього. А другим бажаю, щоб просто війна на їхній території ніколи в їхніх державі не була. Хай живуть, не знають, що таке війна.
The war consumes every waking hour in Ukraine. A day on the zero line can feel like a lifetime. But the cover of darkness brings Dima relief. For now. In the gloom beyond lies a constant threat. Russia could attack again at any moment. And while its guns are silent, Dima shows us the path out. But Dima will stand his ground here, and he's not alone. A shift change brings fresh reserves to the front. For the defenders of Donbas, this is more than just the fight of their lives. Their country is at stake. But so too is the right to live free for generations of Ukrainians still to come.